One of the very big stories, and speaking of the heavyweight division, happened this past Saturday in New Orleans. Wow, everyone was talking about not only what Ben Rothwell did heading into the cage on Saturday night, not only what he did in the cage as far as the choke of Matt Mitrione, but what he did after as well. His post-fight interview was one for the ages. I have watched it over and over again. I can't get enough. Every time I watch it, I notice something else that I just love. So we had to get him on the show, had to talk to Big Ben, and now he joins us on line number one. Ben, how are you? There it is, the familiar laugh. It is good to have you. Congratulations on the win.
Man, he's starting this already? Yeah, I'm starting this. Fuck it.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Amazing.
Javier Mendez, it's cool. I got to hear him a few mixed comments. I think JDS still is the only threat to Keane, huh? Are you joking itself? Are
you pissed off about that?
I'm not pissed off. I laugh. It's funny. It's whatever. It's like that's wishful thinking. He's hoping that that's Kane's only challenge. It's not. And is the guy tough? Sure. But I think that he's definitely got his hands full with, Verdum. Verdum's going to bring some challenges to him. Regardless, it doesn't matter to me. Let's see what happens after July 1st and the advanced testing starts kicking in. Let's see if he still fights the same way he still has. I doubt it.
Are you implying that Kane is using PEDs?
I'm not implying anything. I'm just saying I don't believe the heavyweight division is going to look the same after July 1st. Now, if anybody takes offense to that, maybe they got to look at themselves and look at their problems. Me, I'm ready. So I'm very excited. And that's why I'm so confident that I'm going to have the title by next year.
Where is this confidence? I mean, you sound like a different fighter now. You were always confident. You've had a great career, but you are coming full force. Where is this coming from?
Well, I mean, when Anderson Silva tested positive, something, a seed inside of me, I guess, opened up. Something changed dramatically in my life. I guess I was like so upset and so enraged at the same time. It was like I knew it. I knew it all along. And it just came, it was true. And this sad secret about these heroes that we look up to, these guys that we believe so much in, is that. It's the fact that these guys are doing anything they got to do to win, and they're not real, and things are going to change.
So you're coming to clean up the sport.
Yeah, things are going to change, and I feel like we've been let down for so long, and people are, Ben Rothwell did this and this and that, blah, blah. Hey, whatever. 2012. Mine was a prescription. UFC knew about it, and the things were what it was. And I don't regret anything because I had to go through that. Because now that I went through that, I'm scrutinized 10 times more than anybody else. So I know where I'm at. And, I beat Overeem. Here it was. I think one of the big things that gave me that fight is because people thought I was going to be a tomato can because I had to come off the TRT. Well, thank God I only did it for a short period of time. I don't think it got to affect me as much as it did, say, Vitor. Look at Bigfoot Silva. He came off, and the guy he's a shell of himself. He don't look anything like he did before. He's a standing punching bag. And you're going to see that with a lot of the guys that, having to change their lives and come off of it. And I think they gave me over and thinking the same thing. I was going to be a standing punching bag, and I kind of surprised everybody. Oh, this guy's still got some fight left in him. No, I don't have some fight left in me. I have the fight. Okay, I'm the greatest threat to all the heavyweights in the division right now.
Do you feel like you still have to answer for that positive test, the elevated levels of testosterone, or do you think people have forgotten about it at this point?
No, nobody's gonna. I mean, it is what it is. It's permanent. I'm never gonna forget it.
Yeah.
That's my scar to look at and remind myself of what I've gone through, because it's not about for me, what's so powerful about it isn't that I went through it. It's that I've come back from it. I did before the last fight, I said, I beat this. And people are like, oh, whatever. Well, now here it is, two wins later, looking better than I've ever looked in my life. Yes, I beat it. I'm something more because the mental capacity it took to overcome it is what's made me. It is not an easy thing to go off of and come back and to do it. And that's what I'm saying. You're going to see so many guys fail from it.
Yeah.
And when July 1st kicks off, there's guys that have been lucky. They know how to work the system, and they've gotten away with it. Well, now that they're going to be randomly tested, even when they don't have a fight, people are scared. They're pissing themselves. That this is going to change things, and and then you're going to threaten a 2-3 year suspension. That's career ending. And if you look at the heavyweight division, especially, we're all in our 30s. It's beautiful watching it. The heavyweight division is a mature group of guys. Like,
Yeah.
that's what it takes to be in this division. So you lose 2-3 years, your career is over. So things are going to change. And for me to overcome my mishaps, it's very powerful. I'm mentally stronger than I've ever been in my whole life.
So when I talk to you right now, I kind of understand where you were coming from on Saturday, and in particular, your walkout. You were wearing this black robe. I mean, have you turned to the dark side? Is that where this is all headed? I mean,
let me explain my entrance
yes, please,
song.
please.
It's something to me.
Okay.
The entrance song was a very big deal to me. The cloak, but I want the dark presence. Yeah, some people are like referring to me like the Undertaker type character. I'm like, yeah, I feel like we're fighting. Like, this is serious. This isn't. I'm not coming out to club music and this is a party. I'm coming to smash somebody. Like, somebody might get put on a stretcher. Like, God forbid it, but like, I've had fights in my career where people were like, this sport needs to be banned because I've beaten a man down so bad. Like, this is serious. This is not a game. This is not WWE. This is not scripted. All right, Vince McMahon and I'd say, okay, Ben, you get to win tonight, blah, blah, blah. No. Matt Mitrione was trying to take my head off. Like, I could have gotten smashed and been a joke. No. I put my cloak on, and I came out to that song, and I had to be a bad motherfucker, okay, because there was no script. I had to be who I am, and I had to believe in myself, and I made it happen. And it took a lot of nuts to do what I did because you didn't know what was going to happen. And it's a different level.
So when he shot in on you in the fight, what were you thinking? He's never gone for a takedown in his career, and you capitalized and you turned the tables very quickly. And I know it's very quick, but what were you thinking?
Well, it's just that you said it. It happened so quick there wasn't time to think. It was just a reaction of instinct of, this is done. Like, this is over. As soon as my hip got away from him and I flattened him, it was over. So, I mean, that's how I am. On the ground, I mean, I'm excited. It's one of those things where it's like an awesome kept secret, but also I listen to Brian Stan and the commentating, and like, yeah, I guess my well-roundedness is starting to come out there. People are starting to like, oh, I guess there's more to this guy than just striking. Yeah, like if the fight hits the ground, I'm going to end it. Oh, Ben's on his back. I'm going to end you. I'm on top. I feel bad for you, period. If it's on the feet, people thought Mitrione was controlling the fight. Are you not? I mean, there's one picture on the internet. There's no pictures of me getting hit. There's a picture of me, like, his jaw's out of place with one right hand, and that's why he went for a shot. People are like, why did he go for a shot? Because I punched you in the face. Your game plan changes then. That's fear. I punched fear into your brain. So now what? Now you do something stupid.
So for the record, that was a go-go choke. You were quick to correct a lot of people, including myself, online. And you also said everyone talking shit has never been put in one period. So did you feel like people weren't really did you get the impression that people were thinking it was just a lucky choke?
No, they have no idea. Yeah, it's a go-go choke. It's Portuguese for Adam's apple.
Yeah. And
yeah, it's directly on the windpipe. And it's Luis's choke. I mean, he a lot of people don't even know, oh, it's this choke. No, it's not a kill. It's nothing. It's not like anything you guys ever seen. And it's vicious. Like, you've seen how he tapped. He's not a weak man. Mitrione's one of the best in the world too. That tap is like, you think you're going to die. If Kenny Florian was kind of giving him grief, I heard it like, oh, he tapped so quick, and he could. No, Kenny, let me put you in it, and you're going to tap quicker than Matt did. If I put the choke on him, I might pop his head off, literally. So it's a vicious choke, and it's the kind of choke where Matt's probably drinking smoothies for the next couple days.
Wow. And then
it's vicious.
The post-fight interview was amazing, and it has been shared and passed around over and over again. Did you prepare that speech, if you want to call it, that answer, or was that off the cuff?
Nah, people are, it was scripted. No, because I paused for a minute. It's original. It's like
dramatic effect.
Things come in my head. Yeah, did I have some of these ideas in my head? Of course. I mean, you just have to. Obviously, I'm 8 weeks getting ready for this fight. Yeah, I have a plan. But it still is. It all is kind of rolled off my tongue. It's like, yeah, could it have been better? Of course. When he came back to ask me more questions, yes, I should have grabbed the mic and dropped it on the floor and walked out of there. Yes, that's what I should have. But, it's original, and it wasn't perfect. And it's, nothing I'm going to do is perfect. But that's okay. That's why life is great. you know.
Well, I don't know if it could have gone back. I loved everything about it, and I'm not just saying that. I'm wondering if you were annoyed he went back. Like, were you hoping that was the walk off, and then when he came
Well,
back?
yeah, it was my fault. I should have. As soon as I said I have nothing left to say, that's what I meant. I have nothing left to say, and I should have walked out of the cage. But, you know, it just is what it is.
And what was that? So you did.
It was cool. He made up for it, though. He made up for it because he goes, "Go get back to Rothwell MMA."
Yeah, nice
Obviously,
plug.
I pumped my gym up all week, and he made up for it. So I wasn't mad at him. That was cool. They talked up my gym, so I was very appreciative of that. The gym, as you can see, yeah, I don't just own a gym. I teach the classes. You can see that it's a lot to do with my transition as well. You know, I'm transcending into a master, and it's all part of the equation.
And then you shared that laugh with us, and you did something with your hands. What was that?
If you watch all of my recent fights, that's my trademark.
What does it mean? What does it represent?
When I snap my right, I'm right-handed, and I bring my hand, I snap my left hand to the sky. Right, so my left hand is my mind. You've watched me knock out Brennan Shaw, you've watched me crush people with my left hand. That's my mind. I'm ambidextrous because I've used my mind. It's my power. You know, it's my direct, that's my spirit, and that's why I raise it high.
And what about the laugh? I mean, are you an evil person right now? Have you?
So back to that, we got on our tangent here.
Sure.
So I came out there with the cloak and everything like that.
Yes, yeah.
In Dracula, yeah, you know the songs from the movie Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula. That's the entrance song for Van Helsing. Okay? He's a monster slayer. I am in the ring with monsters. These are the scariest human beings on the planet. I'm slaying them. So that's what that's about.
Ah, okay. And did it take you some time to come to that realization? Because you weren't always this way.
No, my coach is very happy because he like believed in me when he first started training in 2011, 2012. He believed in me so much. He could see me when I was training. He's like, you know, I didn't have that where I wasn't fighting the way I train. And I've reached that point. You know, I was in there and I'm very calm. I'm very ready to do what I do because I can now, I fight the way I train, and that's important. And that's a whole other level of confidence.
I saw you call out Dana White on Twitter as well. You said you were waiting for that phone call. What do you want him to tell you?
I just want to talk to him.
About what?
I talked to Joe Silva, and Joe Silva said it's even hard for him to talk to Dana White. So Dana White's a bigger star than all of us. You know, he don't got time for any of us. I don't even think he watched the UFC, that fight. I don't even think he watched it.
No.
So it's funny.
Does that bother you?
I don't know. I don't care. I felt gypped. I think Dana White wasn't there. Joe Silva wasn't there. I felt gypped, though. And these fights are a big... Yeah, Joe Rogan wasn't there. These fights are a big deal. The 3 stars of the UFC weren't even there. So I kind of felt gypped.
What about me? I wasn't there either.
What the hell? Yeah, I don't see nor telling you. But yeah, you're right. John Morgan was literally the only one asking us questions at the press conference. That's like the lamest press conference of all time.
Well, let's tell the world if they weren't there. I mean, what in fact do you want next? What do you want Dana White to offer you? Perfect world.
Andre Arlovski fight for sure.
Why not the title fight?
I think that's going to be more Joe Silva. I know. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know who decides what at this point in time. But I want to talk to Dana White because I want to be at the UFC Fan Expo. And I'm looking at these lists of people that I don't even know who they are. I mean, you know the girl, but there's like, you got the champions coming. You got some of the veterans, Matt Hughes and Chuck Liddell. Awesome. Then there's some group of people, I don't even know who they are, and they're signing. I'm like, really?
And they didn't invite you?
No, and I want to be there. I want to be there for the fans, you know.
Wow.
They're trying to get autographs and stuff on me. Dude, the night of the fight, like, this is also, I've embraced my alter ego. Like, I get in that octagon, I'm somebody different. I really am. People are like, you're crazy. Yes, I'm crazy. I mean, you see what I'm doing? I'm getting in and against, you know, some of the scariest people on the planet. Yes, I'm crazy. But right now, talking to you, I like to be Ben Rothwell. I enjoy talking to my social media is awesome, you know, because you know, we get to interact and spread the word of the sport. But being able to shake hands and sign autographs means a lot more to me. I feel like then I get to meet me and know really who I'm about, and you know, I get so many of those opportunities. And the UFC Fan Expo is a great place to be, and UFC just kind of don't give a shit, I guess, about me. I don't know.
Well, I feel like that's going to change now because I think a lot of people are excited about you. And how about all the fellow fighters. I mean, you had DC, you had Weidman tweet about it. I saw a bunch of guys.
DC and Wyman, dude, that was awesome. I tell you, motivating to me is that.
Yeah.
Matt Hume in 2010, I only got to spend 2 weeks with him. He forever changed the course of my career and me as a martial artist. So big props to Matt Hume because he unlocked some things me mentally about myself and my training and believing in myself. And he says every champion has to find something. To be a champion, it isn't about your coach. It isn't about your training. It's about you. What are you going to be? So that stuck with me forever. But he said something also. He's like, when you fight, he's like, you want to impress the everyday fan or do you want to impress the other fighters that do what you do and know what you go through? I'm like, absolutely. So the fact that I'm earning the respect of two of the champs, that's very motivating, you know, and I'm very, very motivated. I kind of gave some grief to the media in the press conference, but you guys have come back. You guys are writing some really cool stuff about me, and let me tell you, either way I win. You guys talk trash on me, I'm going to get motivated. These news stories, they're very motivating to me as well because I want to come back in the next fight, and I mean it. You have seen nothing yet. I 100% believe that, and just wait till I've only got my last 2 fights. I only got to fight for 2 minutes each. All right, so I believe Andre's come give me a fight. Come on, Andre, give me the fight. I did him wrong when we fought last time. He fought a child, you know, a scared child. Now he's going to fight something else. He's going to fight the best I've ever been, and I expect him to be fully healthy. I want to fight the best that he's got, and it'll be a great show for the fans.
Yeah, it's amazing. You've gone from maybe ignored to now you're a media darling. I think a lot of people, again, are excited to see you fight again. Why aren't you asking for a title shot? You don't think you've done enough? You'd like one more and then the title shot?
Yeah, I just think it's right. I mean, I was ranked 9th. Whatever the rankings are, they are what they are. Stipe had a string of wins. And yeah, he lost a decision in a 5-round epic war against Junior, which he might have, you know, you rewatch fight, maybe he even wins that in the decision.
Yeah.
Comes back, destroys Mark Hunt. I'm not coming to step on his toes. I feel like the man's earned his right to fight the next title fight.
Fair enough.
Me and Andre have kind of just came out of nowhere. We both got a 3-fight win streak. It just makes sense to me. I feel like let him do his thing, and hopefully he wins a title. I'll come fight him after I deal with Andre.
Are you hoping?
I'm not like, well, I don't like to say things like whatever. It's like, no, if I'm going to win the title, then whoever I'm going to fight, I'm going to beat. So it is what it is.
But are you hoping that that Verdum beats Kane on Saturday because you fought him at 104? He finished you. Like, would it be hard to get people behind that fight rematch because you fought him back at UFC 104?
Absolutely not. I mean, we're in a different stage. Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like Kane's Kane. This is my opinion. I watched him. You know, he does his thing. I'm a completely different animal. I'm just completely different. So I think it makes for a lot more exciting because people are like, well, now what's going to happen this time? And, you know, the ref, we all know it was a poor stoppage. I was getting up on the cage. It was a horrible stoppage, but he was clearly dominating. There was no argument for me. It was a shit fight for me. I did not put on a good performance, but I'm not who I am now either. I have lack of skills, a lack of everything at that point in time. And it was a lot, man, because the fight changed me too. You know, that fight alone, I came back and I started fighting different. So I went through a lot of ups and downs, and I think I could definitely promote a hell of a fight if he wins, and whatever happens in the next few fights, and if he's the one I'm going to fight for the title for, I'll promote it. I'll get some more of the directorism going on here, and I'll get the voice out there and talk. And I haven't talked too much these last few fights because there's no point.
Sure.
I had to win these fights to get in this position. Now I'm getting closer. I can talk a little more, but I need to win the next one, and then I'll really freak out.
Freak out is a funny way of putting it, but just a word to the wise. That's all well and good, and I love it more than anyone. But it's gotta be authentic. Don't forget about I think on Saturday it was very authentic. Don't go off that path, all right?
I agree 100% because everybody wanted the dance. Well, the dance was authentic. I didn't even know I was going to do it.
The dance was,
at least I had thought about it. Like, hey, I'm like, they're going to interview me after winning this fight. So I did think about it a little bit. Like, I'm going to get interviewed.
That's fine.
Did not want it. I don't care what people said. I did not want to get up there and be like, all right, thank you, Jesus. Thank you. I trained hard. I'll fight anybody. It's like, come on. Nobody listens. So like me or hate me, I got you to listen, period. And the dance was like, I agree. It was like, everybody's like, where was the dance? I'm like, the dance happened. So next time around, it's I'm going to keep you guessing. It's definitely, I like the trend that I'm creating, and that's what it is. What am I going to do next? Hell, I don't even know. So better watch.
I hate myself for saying this, but Ben Rothwell fights have become, as Forrest Gump once said, like a box of chocolates, right?
Forrest Gump, thanks.
No, I mean, you never know what you're going to get. I love that.
You never know what you're going to get.
You've kept us on our toes. It's been, wow, what a fun ride this has been, this reintroduction of Ben Rothwell. You stole the show on Saturday night, my friend, and I'm looking forward to what's next for you. Thank you very much. Congrats on a fantastic performance, all around, from the walkout to the fight to the post-fight interview. I mean, you nailed it. That was a grand slam, if you ask me, and good luck getting that Andrei Arlovski fight.
Yeah, and hey, you also, so besides giving the UFC some grief and hoping to get your fans to get some grief and get me at that expo for the fans, give them some grief too. That we need to show my walkout next time.
Yeah,
the walkout definitely turns me into who I am, and I think it needs to get shown. So maybe the next fight we need to put on pay-per-view so we can show it.
Okay, I'll talk to them.
All right, my man.
Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it.
Thank you. You have a good one.
Big Ben Rothwell, taking the heavyweight division by storm. Great stuff from him. So entertaining. I loved everything about it on Saturday night.